My name is Jeremy Evrard and I am a curd nerd, a cheese lover. Applebee's Cheshire, which is a variety of hard cheese, who reminds me the French mimolette from the north of France. The particularity, it's a cheese which is, more hard cheese. It's young, it's fruity, and it makes your palate very dry, when after you taste it. So you almost need something that, to revive it. And if you revive the saliva, that's what you have. So we pair with, it's a lager, almost a white beer called the Morceau Hop, if I pronounce it well. And whenever you taste, the Cheshire, cheese, it makes your palate so dry. You have a zip of this beer, and you just, revive the salives, just going through in the same direction, with the cheese. And here we are. And voila, we just start back and we just enjoy the cheese and the beer that way. Bergsfell cheese, which is a sheep milk cheese, reminds me whenever I taste it as well from the southwest of France. Southwest of France, propose some dry, sheep milk cheese, such as the Osso Irati. Yeah? And the pairing was pretty simple to me because the particularity of the sheep milk when it's a tom, when it's dry, it's also, it's mild, it's very delicate, it's elegant as well. And, whenever you go with it, you just be careful. So the pairing that, we did at the time, it's going well with two different jam that I prepare. Either passion fruit and mango for the subtle side, of the jam and the flavor, or something a bit more sharp and a bit more honest. It's a figs and Pinot Noir grapes, which is interesting. And in the top of that, we had another beer, a beer with a certain character. It's a lager. You almost going through some nutty notes, something a bit powerful. Oxford Blue was one of the cheese that I used to work when I was in England, working for a year. And Oxford Blue, it's really a cheese who, offer power. It's also a bit grassy. You feel the cow milk flavor, which is very interesting. And for this pairing, we thought and think out of the box completely. So just be ready about it, but this is one of the discovered today. So Oxford Blue, I prepare the endives, the chicory, that prepare as a velouté, something hot, with an apple cider sorbet. That we'll mix it together. You'll have one piece of Oxford Blue and one zip of the endives, soup, velouté with the cider, the blue cheese after, and you will follow with the beer, coming through, which is risky, unusual, but I think very tasty. One thing that I learned about Stilton, it's when it's prepared on only one recipe, one style. The thing that I like to do, but this is very personal, is to malax it. So I like the Stilton to be very creamy and not crumbly. This is not something that you will do in Great Britain because you have to be a bit crumbly, and this is normal, this is the Stilton. So I like it smoother, creamier, so I work it a lot on it. And what I had on, it's a spice and we all made too, it's called like a dukkha spices. So this is a mix of breadcrumb, hazelnut, sweet spices that you all mix together, and you just spray it in the top of it, and you just it reminds the blue oyster, the Roquefortis penicillium that you put inside. It just reveals it, and it just comes back naturally. And after the beer, it's a black beer, that's something powerful, strong that you had on. It just complements everything, and it's going through very well. So another one called Somerset Traveler, so which is a cow milk cheese, a tom hard cheese, which is infused with black truffle. Not easy because sometimes the truffle could take over the cheese, and it could become not easy to taste. After one bite, you feel it's enough. This cheese is very well balanced. Whatever I thought about it when I tasted it, was missing, not missing, but that we could add on, it's a bit of punch into it. So I have a black pepper meal, so fresh ground black pepper, and I use the Indonesian black pepper, so nothing too spicy, something aromatic, you get a bit of character and punch into it, and we just add it on a little bit on the top of it before you taste. It reveals the truffles, it makes the cheese, smoother and much more interesting. I never that, had it on the beer, which is a beer infused with Earl Grey tea. So interesting, truffle, Earl Grey, but when you think about it, it's, the Earl Grey tea, it's but black tea, you know, straightforward, a bit aromatic, but it doesn't take over everything. It's very interesting the pairing that you could do together.